Guys, welcome to the Lyron Connection. I'm your host, Alexander John, contactee. Episode 24 tonight. Let's see who's gone on here real quick. Bobby, VJ, Rebecca, Brad. What's going on, guys? So, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to get others on board, and we'll jump into it. So, where we left off was actually on January 5th at 11:20 p.m. was last contact for episode 23. I know there's been a gap of time between now and then. A lot of contact has happened. I actually had to wait to do this broadcast because of many fluid parts. We've got some dark-sided ones, we got light-sided ones, we have coordinates, we have images, we have dates. A lot of I had to see what I'm working with, and when you'll see good guys interjected and came in, I then felt comfortable enough to share. At this point, we're at 35 pages of material that has come in between both sides. A new race on top of that, and a new race, but a race that I knew for a long time. I'm told it's just that I don't remember because I'm on the earth, get wiped. We also have a date from old contact from Manuscript 1. I've met a lot of new people. They were helping me with some old code that to look in a different, set of eyes, and some things relate to elements like mercury, gold, and silver. It does appear, and it also does appear that we've stumbled upon an old message that was recorded a few years ago, about upcoming events within contact that actually happened within the last couple of weeks. So, can you guys hear me okay? Just wanted to do a sound check. I got the lighting a little bit better in here tonight. Hey Keith, what's going on? Sean, let's see, Phyllis. So you guys hear me okay? Check, sounds good. Lighting's better. Billy's been helping out a lot with some things. Tara and a bunch of you. What we're eventually going to do is, I'm not tech savvy. You would think I would be, but I'm not. But we'll have it to where when I read any contact that I've received, you'll actually be able to read along. You'll see some of the wording and the original message as you're seeing me. I know, gamers and stuff do that all the time. I just want to get to that level where I'm happy with the product to outreach to you guys in a way where not only is it visual, it's audio, and it's easier to immerse into the information, because it's a lot of data, a lot of stuff we already know, a lot of stuff we don't know, and stuff I've never even heard of myself. And we'll go through it this evening. Afterwards, we'll be back on Discord, and Tara will put up the link for Discord if you want to join us on there. I'll be on there. So, with 35 pages of material, we have a lot to cover. Maybe this might be longer than what you normally are used to with how I do the Lyron Connection, and I usually start at 7:15, and it could end anywhere between 8:30. This may take a little longer, just because of the amount of material. Plus, we can talk about it a little bit. And then for reserved questions and things of that nature, we'll go into Discord and we can really dissect some of this stuff, because it actually correlates with older contact that I found very surprising. and we'll take it from there. So thanks for joining us. I hope everyone's well and doing okay. I've talked to a lot of you individually, and everyone has their trials and tribulations and things going on in their life. So I wish you all the best, and you know who those people are, because some of them I've talked to even today. And everyone has a life and things that are going on. So I wish you the best and well, and peace and love, and everything work out for you guys. So let's get into it. Wow. So for a while there, on that last transmission, that was January 5th, there was a point where it was quiet. And we're in the dead of winter basically at that point. And normally with the seasons, depending on light and dark contact, usually minimal. I've had some interruptions from the Galactic Federation of Light and from Lyrans with dark forces that are interacting with me. Some of you may ask, well, why do you even talk to, if you're getting dark contact, why do you even entertain that? And I think basically the light side also asked me that. To me personally, I think all data, whether it's misinformation, whether it's deception, whether it's of light nature, I think all data is good data. And the format that we put it in to the manuscript is all in chronological order. The day of the week, what type of moon cycle it is, the month, the time, the encrypted line, the exact message. I'll receive messages too that you would think, oh, this needs a capital because it's the beginning of a sentence. But that's not how it is. It's not how it was received. And sometimes it's because I figured out they're answering a question more than a statement or a person, place, or thing. So it's actually layered a lot deeper than what I originally even thought when I'm receiving contact, based upon all the data that we collect and make sure it's exactly the way, to the best of my ability. And then I can relate it to you guys and describe what's going on, because it's pretty immense. You're not talking about one or two races. You're talking about dozens and dozens and dozens of races on different sides, or indifferent, where they're on their own thing, and it's happening. So at that point, I thank you guys. And if what we'll do is we'll go through it, and I'm going to go really thoroughly, and then we'll do some quick questions, and then I'll jump on Discord for the majority. We will also upload it on YouTube, and we'll go from there. So here we go. So I received the same line that, well, actually a new line that came in on February 2nd. It was a Tuesday at 9:58 p.m. I received a message in Latin. The message translated is as follows. And actually, I just want to double verify something. Yes, so this was its own separate line. The broken glass is real. It has the nature of a wolf for man at the time of the change of what you created. These are taken, and we are your workforce of the record to wait for the Soltraxi. The Soltraxi, of course, being the flagship of the fleet, and the Soltraxi Soarer is the sister of the flagship, with its own fleet. There are many divisions within all these fleets, and we'll go deep because we figured something out immensely about the difference between the Soltraxi and the Soltraxi Soarer, which you'll find out as we go through contact. At 9:58 p.m. And on, I asked questions back because I don't know when that window is going to close, and that goes to the majority. Some things are obvious, some things but it's after the fact because I actually have to quickly seize the moment. Whatever resonates or runs through me, I have to ask. And sometimes it's a late, sometimes it's early, sometimes it's mismatched, but just so you know. All right. I asked, please send me more information in greater detail. Please send me an image. Identify yourselves, and I await your timely response. On February 5th, I did receive an image, and I will actually share it because I don't think it compromises anything. The image of a star, our sun, more than likely, and then below it is definitely looks like a ship. But what I did is when I received it, I took it and put it in different lighting through filters to see if I could see anything different. So what you're about to see is that shows it is the sun or a star. There's definitely something there, and then that showed up, and then that as well, and that light is pretty significant because what we have figured out is that same light and the arc is something's taking this image in space of this craft and some of these other, that looks like a craft or something there, and then the sun. That green light was also in 1000 and I'll pull it up. I have that image and I'll share it with you, of a boomerang in space. Commander Doug received that image, but it also, the continuity is looking out the window in the light, which matches up pretty much with how that lighting is with the green light. And I will share that image with you in just a moment once I get that pulled up. There's a couple of things within that has happened that manuscript comes into play from the first manuscript going back years. And if I could just find that one for you, that would be amazing. Just about there. Actually, that's in manuscript too. That's why. And what you're going to see is what I'm trying to show you is like that green light I was showing you. That green light is a reflection off the porthole of the ship that's actually taking of the other ship, and it's pretty obvious when you actually see the image of that. And I do apologize. I might have to, what do they say, circle back to show you that. Normally I have that right away. No, it has to be in the first. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a short delay. I think it's just important just to show the continuity in it, because it's pretty powerful when you look at it, and especially when you're looking at a dark room and you could actually see the boomerang craft and other craft, and the interior lighting of the computers reflecting off of the porthole windows. It makes it even more amazing. So I'm gonna have to do it the old school way and pull it up manually just so you can see, because I've already wasted your time trying to find that. but I can get to it in just a moment. I just want you to see the difference in the actual lighting. And sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay. Well, that's hard to see. If you actually look, there's the green light. Now, this is from when Commander Doug received an image and had loss of time. This is from 2015. So you see the line going up and the light, and you're in the glass, and it's kind of like a flash. And there's the boomerang and other things going on. Well, with that being said, now you take a look back. There's the green light. And that, of course, is through a filter, so we can see a shape. You can see shape of the sun and whatever that is. But that's the content. That's all I wanted to show you. With that, so as we move on, so I ask, what is this image of? Where was this image taken? Is that the Earth's moon? Is that the Soltraxi? I await your response. How many ships are in this image? What I did receive was on February 9th, 2021, of course, 9:49 a.m. I did receive coordinates. I will show you the coordinates. Those are the coordinates, and if you want to look them up yourself, that's the location. So I pulled that I didn't get that from contact, just the coordinates. I said, is this location on Earth or space? And again, I asked that question before I was able to research it, because I immediately responded at 9:50 a.m. At 9:52, I said, when do I need to be at this location? Because I'm assuming that's what they want me to do. February 9th, 9:54 a.m., they responded 27 days Earth. Because I was excited at the point. I'm like, all right, got some contact. I can do a show. I can do episode 24. See how this turns out. But when I see this, it says 27 days Earth. So that means in 27 days, that would bring us to March 7th. So I was like, okay, that's quite a few weeks. That location is actually fairly close to me. It is a location, though, that does have security. To get to the location, you would either need to know someone or have a pass or something. So I was trying to figure that out on my end. I'm like, how am I going to get onto this this place? So I said, I need to be there in 27 days. What time of day or night? Sunday, March 7th. What will be there at the location? Who are you? I await your timely response. And on the 9th, they responded at 10:01 a.m. You are Legion, coordinator of a world-class gateway. So I'm like, whoa, you're talking about gateways now? And you are Legion. What? So at 10:03 a.m., I asked, where does this gateway go to? Do I open the gateway, or is it already open? Where does this gateway lead to? What should I bring with me? At 10:11, they responded, the Soltraxi sister ship Soldier. So it was in Latin, but it came in as Soltraxi Sorer, Sorer's sister, Navim Miles. So Soltraxi sister ship Soldier. So this is the sister ship, flagship of the Soltraxi, which has its own ships, set of ships, and there's soldiers on board, basically. I said, so the Soltraxi sister ship will be there? Will I be going with the Soltraxi sister ship? what hour of the day or night on March 7th do I arrive at location? And how long will I be gone Earth time? At 10:17, they responded back. He opens the door to the world's lakes, coordinates of the code above. 27-day window in turn transmits the coordinates of the center 5 times an hour. So I'm like, whoa. So there's coordinates. I got to be at the coordinates. I'm going to be transmitting something 5 times an hour. I said, how exactly do I open the door at the location? And on that day, at that time, I have a friend down the block who's aware and watches the show. It just happens to be my friend down the block in this development. That was at 10:17, that last message. Well, I go over and I'm talking to him because I see him. He's walking his dog and he says, hey, did you get any contact? I'm like, you know what? I'm actually getting contact right now. So, and I cross the street and I'm talking with him and I received a message. At 10:35, I received turn off devices. In Latin, it came in as Latin, but it says turn off devices. I'm like, turn off devices? Meaning like cell phone, whatever I have. And within 60 seconds, this guy started flying in. It was definitely Navy. And they use this off the coast. They looked for spy ships. They look for it's reconnaissance, but what was weird is that it was literally coming like right over my house, and my friend was like, "Wow, that guy just swooped right over," and I was like, "Yeah, isn't that crazy?" They in contact just said turn off devices, and I powered down the devices. And that happened 3 times. And then nothing. They left, right? So at 11:20, I was like, status update, please. The plane is not here anymore. Was that plane a threat? How long will I be gone for? I will be there at the location from coordinates. Please send an image of the Soltraxi soarer. They responded later that day at 3:58 p.m., so many hours later. They have glowing with the transport support. I came alone does not transmit the code on up to 11 hours. So I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Up to 11 hours transmitting the code. I said, you are coming alone or I must come alone. In 27 days, I go to location and transmit code up until the 11th hour, correct? Will I be leaving Earth and for how long? Please send an image of yourself. I await your response. They responded at 4:25 and they stated, you have the image in a ship, consequently the volume of which was the first to cross the link, wasting the time of 11:11. I was like, oh man, wasting the time of 11:11. So then I asked, I stated I will be at location in 27 days as instructed. What should I be doing in the meantime? Where will we go once I arrive at coordinates in 27 days? What is your name? Who will be my point of contact? I await your response. Please send me images of fleet and please explain in more detail about the 11 hours and the glowing. I await your response. And I said, and that night, if you actually look on the Lyran Connection, that's the night that I went. The boys were in the living room. I went right out the door, and immediately those triangles came over, and those fighter type. They weren't jets. They were definitely escorting or protecting, but those 3 triangles came really low, right over the house. You only see that first minute of the video. It was actually 2 minutes. I don't know what happened to the second part, the last half. I didn't have loss of time or anything. It's not like that. Some weird things did happen. In the video, you can actually see where it all turns yellow for a second. That didn't happen. I was outside. It's clear skies. I mean, they're totally super low. But what was happening that's missing is when they were over me, I mean, they were so low, but they were going so slow. But when it was over me, I felt almost like no sound, but like a bass, like going but not bass that you can hear, like you can feel it. I felt it through my body go, like I was in one of those, like if you were getting if a superhuman powered superhero was like doing a power and you're trying to walk against it and it's vibrating. That's what it felt, vibrating pressure. And it wasn't painful. It just felt like, not that I was going in slow motion, but it was enough to where I couldn't move fluidly. I couldn't move like I would. I felt like I was going in slow motion in a sense, but I wasn't, if that makes any sense. But no loss of time. So they left. So then back to contact, because contact's going on as this is happening. And that's when I asked, did you just fly over me in formation? And they stated at 9:34 a.m. on the next day, the 10th, they said, for an hour, the consul in the Aegean moon of planet Platea want to download the data for a brief future in the industrial fields. The brother of the testimony of consciousness as the memory of extra time, which, I'm sorry, I'm going to start that over. I'm just making sure I didn't get anything. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to reread that part. For an hour, the consul in the Aegean moon of planet Platea want to download the data for a brief future in the industrial fields. The brother of the testimony of consciousness as the memory of extra time, which you do not know the rest of it, begin transmitting to be so with you, to upload and to be prepared for his brother. But she instructed him to do nothing. So, okay. So I said the Aegean moon planet Platea is located in which star system? Who instructed whom to do nothing? Please send more details. What constellation is Platea in? What race rules that system? What happens next? Please send image of that star system. Thank you. Ageo is Saturn's